Whoa! This is staticky there. That is my speaker cable. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hailk Empath, and I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I unplug my speakers when I do these videos, and it didn't. Still was touching, and it's in conduction. It's power going through us. We influence technology. Technology influences us. Cooperation is nature's way. I think it's kind of funny that how come the scientists aren't making strides to freaking, figure that out. The congruency between technology and us, Anyway, I've always disrupted technology. I'm an electronic slider. I go through a lot of light bulbs. My hair is bugging me. It's just gonna bug me. It's just gonna freaking drive me crazy. I have my little idiosyncrasies, I ain't all about ego, but I don't like the in-between stages of growing my hair out, so it's really triggering things in me right now, and so it's just how it is, because the last time it was cut, it was just, I have these funky lines, and the only thing that's going to remedy it is the day that I get to all put it back in one ponytail. Until then, it's just ego deflation, man. That's all it is. Just opportunities for ego deflation. So, practice some humility, I guess. Anyway, I had a pretty good day. It was a long day. Careful what you wish for. I've been thinking, man, I just want a day that's different than any other day. Because, on Monday, it's like my schedule's the same and it's so redundant. And it's just like, the only way that I could not be OCD, it's like I could fall into it by just slipping into these patterns, without even knowing it. We do patterns just because of the energy in our astrology and stuff. But when you're aware of it, it's just extra hard not to fall into it, certain vibes, and so I've been kind of down because like all the days are the same, and then today freaking started out I left a little later than I ordinarily do to go to the laundromat and then do my errands, and then I freaking get there, and I was so excited I remembered all my grocery bags and water jugs that I freaking forgot my wallet. So I go to the laundromat and couldn't start my laundry. So that was different. Got to go home. That kind of prolonged things a little bit. And every 2 weeks I've got to drive up to Kaiser, and so I had to do that today. And I didn't know it was Martin Luther King Day until mid-morning, afternoon almost. I knew it was the third, I knew it as... I got a notification, an astrology notification, that this day is like, scientifically the most depressing day of the year. And I've heard that for years and years, ever since I was a little girl. So again, I hear that, and it's Martin Luther King Day, and I was like, yeah, didn't we all have a dream? Didn't we all have a dream? And it's funny because the people that are winning, that are getting to, that have always lived the best version of their lives, never had anything terrible ever happen to them, and just are in their 70s or 80s and still living the best version of their life without any, without basically getting unscathed, Well, that ain't balance, and that ain't fair, and that ain't justice, and the deck's been stacked, and that's all changing now. I know things are changing. I'm excited for the change, and so anyway, so then I get home after my extra trip to the laundromat, go all the way north, go back to the laundromat, freaking do pick up the laundry, and then get home and go to make the bed and realize I forgot a blanket. So I had to go back to the laundromat a second time. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Well, this is different too, and it's all me doing. I can't get mad at nobody but myself, Nobody made me forget this stuff, And it was funny because before I left this morning, I'm like, Marge, whatever happens today, just take everything with a grain of salt. Just know that things are going to take longer than ordinary, and, just try and be love and light today, Marge, just in every instance. And then I got these little silver linings, You know, I got these little manifestations of that, you know, because I put out my positive intention, and then it worked. You know, it was holiday, so there wasn't a lot of heavy traffic going through downtown, and that's always freaking very pleasant. Didn't have to go, the school zones weren't impeded. That's always a great thing. Love that, because there are freaking schools everywhere. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's see what else. Oh, so right when I got to the laundromat, though, I saw a notification. This was funny because I went to her page, Allison Coe's page, yesterday to see if she'd put out a video, and maybe I didn't get a notification because they're always changing stuff on the tubes, and people get unsubscribed, and tech gets glitchy, and so I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. And yesterday I looked at her page and I hadn't, and then today, when I got to the laundromat, I got a notification that she put out a video. So, as I'm driving on my extra drives, I'm listening to her talk, and she did a really neat talk, and it just fed my faith meter. It filled my faith meter. Just hang on to my hope, and it's in the right place, and things are playing out the way they're supposed to, and it was really cool, you know, and it made me realize a couple things. You know, I'm getting more epiphanies too, and making me and I know that other people are waking up and coming into new levels of depth of understanding of their in and of themselves too. You know, everybody has a different trajectory on this crazy, wacky path. So, Allison, vibe high in love or short out. This is kind of the message I got for that. And I drew a little picture of a little hummingbird and a flower there. I like to sketch and dead doodle when I channel sometimes. Anyway, she told a story about that. Just go listen to her talk. I don't want to spoil nothing on her. She's I freaking dig what she does. And then I was listening to Molly McCord, her message, and also verified more things. So the breeze has been added to my happy sale. I got a new trajectory, and because I was worried, you know, I've been worried because, like, I remember when I was younger, like little girl, 2, 3 years old, all the way up until in my 20s, you know, I get drunk and sloppy and be like, oh, everybody loves everybody, and love is so important, and blah, blah, blah. Well, it's because I never freaking recognized it or felt it. That makes sense. You know, and I don't want to get too much into my childhood, but that, I always, and there's times that I've been electrocuted by, like, touching electric fences on ranches and stuff like that. I did that one time, and freaking, and I always had a lot of energy, you know. And then when I we always had animals, and I love my animals and my pets. I get so excited, and I have to be careful because you can't want to pet them too hard, and you can't move them in certain ways because it can hurt them and stuff like that. And a lot of that, it took me, you know, be told to be easy until I learned how they operate, and then you love them what's best for them, not how I want to. You know, don't be too rough and all that stuff. You know, and but, like, getting love, I got lessons taught to me. I got tests and drills and things like that. So there wasn't a whole lot of kind and loving. I had an older brother that was an antagonist, and just would like to, you know, teach me the lessons, you know. And he's a dime a dozen. So in all the paradigms that I later was involved with, in, like, military and, you know, whatever environment, office environment, I always freaking met the freaking dude that likes to teach me lessons, you know, and because I don't know, it's just freaking annoying. Anyway, so I was worried about life, you know, when I was growing up. I'd gone to counselors and psychologists and psychiatrists because mom's had troubles before, and what I recognize it now to be is energetic dissidence and things like that, and I understand a lot of her dis-ease and where it came from now because of what I've learned. But I always checked into with these professionals to make sure I was, clear. And I wasn't freaking crazy, because the real crazy ones don't know they're crazy, so I always got to make sure, it's not sneaking up on me. So, but it wasn't until, I had a dog, Arthur Boo Radley. He died when he was 17. I was in my early 30s, and late 30s, mid 30s, and that freaking, I had him 17 years. I got him when I was 18, 19. And so that freaking threw me for a blow, and that was like, when I realized what unconditional love was, and I'd never got any kind of unconditional love like that from another person. Mm-hmm. So when I grow up, fast forward, and always known, freaking the antagonist always knowing how to find me, and it's like people like picking on, and it's like the world got full of bullies and stuff like that, and that's what this imbalance is, and people like me who've always just been kind of gone along, and I'll stick up for myself and things like that, and I don't believe in violence and guns or nothing like that. I just think that, people should be able to live how they want to live without being freaking harassed by anybody else ever. And might ain't right and all that stuff. But so the thing is, it's like I was talking to Mom this morning, I'm like, how do you find love if you don't recognize what that vibration is? If I had a cat that was, his parents were brother and sister, and every time I was affectionate toward him, he would get really aggressive. It was like the vibration of love. It was more of a torment to him, So when I did find it unconditional love with my dog, and he died, now I got 4 dogs, and they're just 4 little heartbreaks waiting to happen, but we got plenty of years left. But the thing is sometimes I worry that I wonder if I'm not going to be able to find that in other people and find it outside just me and my mom, you know what I mean? It's like the world is getting so closed off that there ain't a room for us at a table anyplace else. But anyway, I am holding out hope, and I'm going to wrap it up on this, because I did go to the flower shop today, and I had a nice conversation with a gal named Daisy, and it was like, I walk in and I was like, Venus is in Sagittarius. And then I had to stop and think. I'm like, is that what it? Because I was just getting a report, astrology report, and I was like, whoopee, and then I second guessed myself, but she was a Sagittarius, and I was like, my mom's a Sagittarius, and so we're just start rambling. If everybody stroke astrology, that would be so cool, because it tells me who she is in the shell of a nut, and every sign has aspects, and it has light and shadow aspects, and you can that's how you get to know people. But like, there's signs that I'm just not compatible with, so it's just like, oh, that's cool, have a good day, and stuff like that. But it was just so cool. And then the other kid that was working, he's a Leo sun. And I was like, oh, yeah, I could tell he had dreadlocks and stuff like that. Total Leo vibe and stuff. And we just had a nice freaking truthful conversation. And then I got to hear Allison's story. So today was a long day. It was a good day, And it was a different day. And for that, I'm grateful. That's all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.